All right, so today I want to talk about a very crazy story, and it's basically saying Yelp basically came out with a new thing to where they're going to allow businesses to be flagged as racist. And Ian Miles Strong says it begins Antifa's compiling lists of businesses to add to Yelp's racism blacklist. Now, again, this is going to be abused in to infinite degrees, and I don't know how. I sure hope they get sued into oblivion because this is a if you want to think about it, the definition of a slippery slope, this is that. And here's the thing you have Antifa and Black Lives Matter that have already been threatening businesses. I mean, for example, you take the protests in Louisville. You had some of these Black Lives Matter Antifa businesses saying,
you either buy from black people, or you pay us, I think it was like 1 or 1.5% of earnings, right? Or else, right? Like this is what's going to happen is that these people are going to they're it's going to literally going to be mob like tactics to where. And here's the thing: people saying, "Oh, no, it's not going to happen." It already has. Like it already has. Like how insane do you have to be to deny this at this point? So here's what's going to happen. Um, Number one, you're going to have these Antifa types and Black Lives Matter that are going to go around to these businesses, and they're going to be, bend the knee, or we're going to flood your Yelp reviews with old racist this, racist that, and that's going to happen. And here's other things that could happen as well. In that, let's say, you find out that the business owner of whatever business it is, or even someone that works there, is a Trump supporter or just a run of the mill conservative. Um, they're going to get flagged as racist, right? Regardless of whether or not it's true. What about another thing? You go to a job interview at a place and they don't hire you, or let's say somewhere fires you and you don't like it. They're going to put on these fake reviews, and they don't really seem to have an honest system of doing this kind of actually policing this. And they'll probably claim they do, but they don't. They really don't. And here's the thing: like I say, I really hope that Yelp gets sued into oblivion. Like I really hope, because the slippery slope here is so slippery, it's not even funny. Like it's not even funny, and I really don't know how people can just go along with this kind of stuff. Like, as a society, I think we're really, really teetering on the edge right now. That if we don't get things, on track, we're going to be headed for some very dark times, like some very dark times. And I mean, I can tell people why, because this kind of stuff's going on. Because this kind of stuff's going on. As a society, most people, and I don't think it's quite as big as what some people would think, but there's a very I think, large amount of people that don't agree with this kind of cancel culture. They don't like Antifa, they don't like Black Lives Matter, but they're deathly afraid to publicly talk about it, even amongst family or people they trust too. Like that's something that I think everybody to some degree faces, because they know that if you cross these people, they will do whatever it takes to destroy your life. Like they've literally killed multiple people. They've beat people. They've showed up to people's houses threatening them. Like at what point do people take a stand here? And here's the thing. I don't believe that simply privately holding these views is good enough anymore. Like I wish it were the case. Like I wish it were the case. And here's the other thing too is that if you have family members or friends that support this kind of stuff, I'm not telling other people what to do. I'm just saying personally, I wouldn't be friends with people that support this kind of stuff. Like I say, that's my personal views. But again, people can decide for themselves. But I don't know why you like. Here's the thing. Like think about it this way: why would you want to be friends with people? Why would you want to associate people with people that literally advocate violence for you because of your political beliefs? And here's the thing: this isn't Nazis or any crazy stuff like they like to claim either. These are a lot of people run of the mill conservatives. Take, Andy No, for example. This is a guy who is a gay um, Asian, a gay minority, and they beat him. They beat him, right? So this idea that, they're only going after the far right, no, that is complete bunk. That is complete bunk. The far right has been cut off. They're not allowed on the mainstream social media outlets.
They force every major right-wing politician to denounce these people on a daily basis, pretty much. But does anyone do that on the left? Does Twitter ban Antifa accounts? Does Facebook ban them? No, hardly ever. Do they censor them for calling for violence? No. But if you even think about violence and you're on the right, you're gone, no questions asked. So this is why these problems are becoming so problematic in society, is because the massive double standard that exists. And you talk to most people and they actually think that it isn't the case. Like, it isn't the case. But it's pure insanity to suggest otherwise. Like, it's pure insanity to suggest otherwise. I mean, they're very open about it too. Like, they're very open about it. Like, it's not a secret. Like, James O'Keefe Project Veritas has multiple people at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all admitting to their political bias. He's got countless people that are on the left calling for violence against political enemies. Is that changing a lot of people's minds? No, it really isn't. Now again, I think it's changing some people's minds, but like I say, the big problem is that the people who disagree with this kind of stuff are deathly afraid to speak up, and that needs to change. Now again, I understand where these people are at. Um, People are afraid to be fired, to have people show up to their house, to have some random person beat them up in public, or punch them in the face for no reason. This kind of stuff happens all the time. It happens all the time. Again, this is the and here's the thing too. You have a lot of people, like I brought up before. They treat these kind of things like just minor political disagreements. Oh, you're just being dramatic. It's just a minor. No, it really isn't. It really isn't anymore. We have passed the point of minor political disagreements. So that's the last thing I wanted to bring up. So anyway, like I say, very, very scary precedent here. I would hope that when this is abused, because it will be, Yelp is sued into oblivion, like sued into oblivion for defamation. Like, this is going to be abused to such a degree it's not even funny. So anyway, if you liked the video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you follow me on Twitter especially, but also BitChute and Parler. All those links are in the description, so you can find them all there.